smothered chicken casserole. First of all, it starts with a great sauce that goes on the top. And like a lot of my casseroles, we're going to start with some cream of mushroom soup. So we've got 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. And you notice that a lot of my casserole recipes have a little more liquid and a little more sauce in them than probably the casseroles you're used to. I call myself the queen of casseroles. I think casseroles are just, for me, they're a lifesaver. I really, really like them. But sometimes they can be a little dry, so that's why I've tried to create casseroles that are really creamy and delicious. And this one is even company worthy, which is nice, so that you could actually make it ahead, toss together a salad, pick up some bread and dessert, and call it a day. So 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. And cream soups really make a nice base for a casserole, but don't worry, we're going to jazz this up and it's going to taste like $1,000,000. It's going to taste like something a little bit gourmet. That's why I say it's company worthy. Okay, to the cream soups, I'm going to add sour cream, 2 cups of sour cream. You could certainly use light sour cream. And the secret ingredient, and I do this with a lot of my recipes, is I'm going to add a little bit of wine. We happen to love a lot of the wonderful local products we have, and this is Door Peninsula wine. This is a white wine, perfect for cooking, and it's really going to add some nice flavor and take away that canned soup taste. When this cooks and boils in the oven, the alcohol will, most of that will cook right out, and you're just going to be left with some really nice flavor. If you don't like to add wine to your recipes, you could certainly leave it out. In this case, you can just completely leave it out altogether and it's not going to be a huge deal. But I really like the nice flavor that it adds. And then we also love our Lamer's milk in the glass bottle. So we're going to add some milk. And I'm just going to whisk that together. Heads up, this casserole takes a good hour or more in the oven. In fact, I'm just going to peek at it because I want to put some wonderful nuts on the top. Now, this is optional. You don't have to do this. But we're going to get back to how I put this whole casserole together in a minute. But I just, at this point, want to take it out of the oven. It's been here for about an hour. Whoop. Uncover it. And I'm going to sprinkle some nuts right over the top. Just some sliced almonds for a little bit of nice crunch. They'll brown up just a little bit. Wipe out our dish. A lot of times when I'm baking a casserole, we'll put a cookie sheet underneath just in case we have a little bit of a run over. So back in the oven this goes. Just to brown those nuts a little bit. Okay, and let's get back to putting this whole casserole together. So now we have our sauce made. And we're going to take a casserole dish and spray it with cooking spray. Hey, I wanted to mention quick that we just have a few spaces left for our next big night out. And really excited about this. We're headed to a wonderful restaurant in the Valley that's called the Appleton Beer Factory. And it's getting rave reviews. It's kind of a new kid on the block, but they are doing amazing things. They make all of their food from scratch, or salad dressings. They also, of course, make wonderful beer. So they've put together a 5-course meal paired with your choice. If you're not a beer lover, you can get it with beer or wine that they've picked out to perfectly complement the menu. The menu starts with salmon carpaccio, then course number 2 is a wonderful Greek lemon chicken soup. Course number 3, crab cakes and a salad. Course number 4, the main course, is something called pork osso buco, served with polenta. And finally, for dessert, if we still have room at this point, it's a wonderful chocolate dessert made with a little bit of beer. It's an amazing cupcake. So just a few spots left. We knew this one would fill up quickly, so call today to reserve your spot. The number's 920-364-9931. And if you're looking to get some more information, find out specifically what the pairings are and you know, the menu. You can just go to our website, fox11online.com, click on the Living tab, and there's that big black, red, and white box that says Big Night Out, and you'll get all the information right there. But hope to see you there because it's coming up quickly. It's the Monday before Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day can, you know, sometimes be kind of you got to do something. You got to go out. So this would be a perfect opportunity to do that and join us for our big night out. Okay, back to my smothered chicken casserole. I sprayed my casserole dish, and next I'm going to take boneless, skinless chicken breasts, lay them in the bottom of our dish, and I've got some bacon, and I'm going to wrap the bacon around the chicken breast, so a piece or two, depending on how big your bacon slices are, of bacon around the chicken breast. Can you tell why my husband Bob liked this? And we're not done yet. And then on top of that goes, this is dried beef. You're going to find it in the, normally it's in that aisle near the tuna fish and things like that. It really is fantastic in this recipe. Don't be afraid of it. It's really great. It's what they make like chipped beef on toast and that type of thing with. So I kind of deal with it just like a deck of cards and do a couple of pieces, 2 to 3 pieces on top of each chicken breast. And then we take this sauce and spoon this wonderful mushroom wine sauce over the top. Now there's going to be a lot of sauce. I am all about serving this with, well, for the romantic dinner I cooked with Bob when I was dating, I served this with a great big salad, and he loves rice, so I did it with wild rice. Just boxed wild rice or a rice pilaf. It's also great with mashed potatoes, great over noodles, but it's really, you're going to have a lot of nice sauce. And because of that, it is a good idea to bake it with a cookie sheet or a baking sheet underneath. So at this point, you can park it into your fridge, cover it well, park it in your fridge. But before baking, you want to preheat that oven to 325, 350. Cover this, make sure it's covered with foil. Bake for about an hour because those chicken breasts were not cooked, so we want to make sure that they cook completely. And then I uncover the foil as I did with the casserole in the oven, sprinkle some sliced almonds on top, which is optional. Pecans would also work lovely if you wanted to do pecans, or you can leave the nuts out altogether if you want. And then bake another 15 minutes or so just so those nuts get a little bit toasted. So let's see that those nuts are nice and toasted now. You know, I think I'm going to give them just a few more minutes, but it is looking pretty delicious right now. So I'm going to pop it back in the oven. I just want those nuts to get a little more golden, and I'll show you how it all comes out in just a few minutes. You can also pop the broiler on if you want to get those nuts where you'd like them to be. I think I'll do that. And then time to eat. And if you're looking for this recipe, by the way, you can find it on our website. Coming up, some fun new ideas. As mentioned, we're making spring rolls, homemade spring rolls like you'll get at the restaurants, and lots more. So stay with us. We'll be back.